Good evening, everybody. Theo Tutkaluk here, Amateur Sports TV at the St Boniface Riels Awards ceremony at the end of the year. And joining me is Tyler Gagliardi, the first annual recipient of the Amateur Sports TV 3 Stars selection. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Tyler, you were the one that collected the most 3 Stars selections over the course of the year, correct? And how did that feel?
It was good. It was nice. Felt like a good accomplishment. There's lots of talented guys in our team, so it was a good honor to get that.
So the first annual recipient as a goaltender. Tell me about the strengths of the team over the course of the season, and what were the positives you take, being the senior, being one of the veterans that is aging out this year?
Well, at the start, it was kind of a tough year for our team. We lost a few guys that we thought were going to be coming back, so we had to bring in a lot of young, new guys. So as an older guy, there was a lot of leadership involved, and we kind of had half our team were really young, half our team were really old, so there was a big age gap between most guys. So as a leader, we felt like we had a big role to kind of help show the guys how the team works and how to play in this league, stuff like that.
So playing in the MMJHL is a lot different than playing AAA or MJ hockey. Tell me what some of the differences that a team will face when playing and also going to school, because that's something you have to balance with the different hours as well as the practices and the game times and all over Manitoba.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's to start, it's a lot of late practices. You know, we're getting on the ice around 10 p.m. and stuff, getting home pretty late. It's a lot. You're only practicing about once a week compared to AAA. You're on the ice almost every day in the week. So you got to get used to not being on the ice as much and just being fresh when you come to the rink. And you know, sometimes you're logging a long day of studying before the game, so you just got to learn how to turn off that switch and get focused for the game in time.
So before we get to the educational academic studying, I got to ask you about being a goaltender. What are some of those little quips that you have that you don't talk to a goaltender? Do you talk to a goaltender? Did you have any rituals you faced every day that you were playing on the ice?
Yeah, there's definitely a few little things, but for me, I found my first year I was very superstitious, going through a lot of rituals, and then kind of as I got older, just kind of more relaxed in that. And I think that's one thing about the league is as you get more experience, it gets a lot easier for you in this league.
So how many years did you play with the Riels, and do you have any plans on playing after this year?
This was my 4th year with the Riels, and I don't really have any plans for after. Just a few of the guys that are graduating with me are making a team for the summer.
Okay, so summer hockey, maybe some old shinny hockey, playing at the old rinks local Winnipeg. Let's talk a little bit more about the academic side of things. I mean, you're an ASPR student, your 3rd year. Tell me about how challenging that was in getting into the ASPR school, and then challenging it with the fact that you were playing hockey, 3 days, 4 days a week.
Well, that's one thing definitely I found in my first year playing Riels. It was kind of tough to find that balance between school and hockey, but as you got more experience and as you played more years, you got more used to it. You got into more of a routine and how to handle, studying before exams and how to really manage your time. And look, if you had an exam coming up in 2 weeks, start getting prepared ahead of schedule, stuff like that.
So early preparation is the key for all you youngsters out there. Definite key on the ice as well as off the ice with the books. I got to ask you one thing, Tyler. Who was your favorite goaltender growing up, and what is about that person's game that molded you towards wanting to be a goaltender throughout your career?
My favorite goaltender was Carey Price for sure. Ever since he won in the World Juniors there, he's been my favorite. He's so calm on the ice, and that's something that I've always just envied about him. He's always just in position, makes it look so easy.
So he's calm, cool, and collective, just like Tyler here. In the books as well, what is your main area of concentration? And for student athletes, what would you try to give a message to them growing up into high school and getting into university? What would you try to explain to some of those kids that are maybe having that difficulty?
I would say just keep working towards it. Sometimes at the start there's some struggles, but I find things just get easier the more you do it with experience. Experience is a big part, and for university in both hockey, your first year is always tough. There could be a couple exams that don't go well, but just the more you do it, the more you'll learn how to handle it, and things will get easier, I find, as you get older.
Well, I'd like to take this time to thank Tyler Gagliardi, the first annual recipient of the Amateur Sports TV 3 Stars selections. Congratulations, and the scholarship was awarded to you tonight. Congratulations, and we look forward to hearing how well you do later on with the ASPR School of Business. Congratulations again.